Is it a bad idea to have a Markiplier video on my video? Oh well, whatever. Hey guys, I'm Luigi, and welcome back to uh, welcome back to Big Checks Direct Deposit. We're depositing big checks in your checking account every fucking 2 weeks because you have a job that is actually worth fucking working at it. Like 20 fucking like every hour. Okay, you're making $20 and you only work like 30 hours a week. So it kind of evens out. But like let's say it's like $30 an hour. So you're working $30 an hour, 30 hours a week, maybe 35, and you're like, man, this is cool, man. I don't have to do nothing, man. 'Cause man, I'm set, man. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what I just ramble. I just make bits sometimes, and I just fucking go with them. You ever do that? You ever just start fucking telling a story to nobody? I'm alone. God. Anyway, okay. Well, I don't always. I mean, I usually do it around other people too, but sometimes I do it when I'm alone, which is. I guess I like to. I like to make myself laugh. I'm really good at making myself laugh, actually. Like, I think I mentioned in the last video that if the jokes that I make, if someone else made them, I would think they were actually hilarious instead of just not really that funny. So I think I make myself laugh a lot, and I'm like, man, maybe I should tell other people these jokes. Maybe they feel the same way. Anyway, this video is going to be shorter than the last video. I hope. The last video ended up being like 30 minutes. If I left all the regular talking in, so I'm going to take some of it out. I'm gonna cut some of it out just because you know it was probably not necessary. It was probably a little too weird or gross to talk about. Like, who wants to talk about you know how often I perform hygiene tasks or whatever? Like, that's kind of TMI. So I just decided to cut that portion of the video out, and maybe it'll. I haven't cut it yet, but maybe it'll like bring it down to a reasonable uh, runtime, like maybe 17 minutes or something. Like, that would be at least reasonable, like a lot more reasonable than like 29 minutes. I mean, God, why would anyone want to listen to me talk for 29 fucking minutes with nothing else happening? Nothing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the fucking the background for the last video. It's really great, especially I'm leaving that bit in. I hopefully left that bit in at the end where I actually mentioned it for the first time. Um, Also, the background for this episode is actually from either my first vlog or like my second or third or something. It's a portrait. It's not a portrait photo, it's a landscape photo. So it may have been from like the third vlog or something. Um, I'll figure it out and try to remember to put the link in the description if you want to see it. Also, the playlist is just on my channel page, my vlogs from like 2014 or whatever. I don't recommend them actually. Um, they're not they're not that great. Actually, I think I have a lot of them on private right now because we dead named somebody a few times, so I have to cut all that out. So I don't know. I think I may have finished editing like three of them to like remove the dead names, but because it's more than one. Anyway, if it's still unlisted instead of private, I'll link it. But you can just check out the playlist until it gets private if you really want to see it. I don't know why you would want to see it, but also, I didn't stop watching this video to make this video. I came up here and sat down, and I was like, "Ah, this is fine. I love Unrailed. They'll understand." I watched, and also no, I swear to God, I don't watch videos in theater mode on a normal, regular basis. I only do it so that I can check what time it is as I watch, like before I go to work, because I like to watch videos and eat before I go to work. Anyway, I was gonna say this video is gonna be short because I'm kind of tired and I don't want it to be as long as the previous video. Um, I had a pretty good day today, actually. this even though I had to work longer than I normally would today, like I had this welling up feeling inside me of like I've finally like in the last few days I've had such a change in like my heart and my soul and my mind. Like I finally reached a point where I'm like pretty good at my job and I enjoy my job and I like aspects of it. Now I'm making videos like daily-ish, hopefully. And like I'm making progress and I'm enjoying making the videos and I'm doing good and I enjoy my job at least as much as you can enjoy a job. I like my job. It's not a bad job. And I don't have any bills, which, I'm the luckiest fucking motherfucker alive, by the way. But like, anyway, I'm just like really, really happy. I'm happy about that. It's so, I don't even know if I deserve it because I mean, one of my friends today was like, you're a good person, man. You help people. And I'm like, but if you just knew how often I wish I could help people more and how often I don't help people that I could. And I feel kind of guilty about it a lot, actually. Like, do you ever see somebody on the side of the road, like with their car messed up or somebody walking somewhere and you think it's going to rain and, or like a homeless person holding up a sign and you just whether you're at work or you're trying to get somewhere like quickly and you just can't help them and I'm just like I should have just went back there and helped them anyway. you know I mean, if I'm at work, I usually don't because I know everyone's going to be pissed, and I'm also like people who have ordered food, I'm putting them on hold if I don't just get back to the store immediately and stuff. But I don't know. There's all these times where I could have been like nicer to somebody or more generous, or I don't know. I feel guilty about it sometimes. Like I have because of depression or whatever. Someone commented very very how do you say that? Very nicely. It was really humbling. They said, I hope that you're doing well with depression and anxiety, and I struggle with it too. And I want to say thank you for validating that I might. I literally, I don't even know if I have depression and anxiety clinically. I just, I have mild symptoms of them maybe. But I really appreciate your kind words. I don't exactly remember your Michelle Rains. I really appreciated your comments, and I meant to mention your name in the last video, but I forgot what it was. I really did appreciate it, and thank you very much. I don't claim to. I really don't want to claim to be someone who needs clinical help with depression and anxiety because they're not as severe as anyone else that I know. Like, I have so many friends that I have helped to stay alive, and that's the reason I wear this like bracelet that used to say suicide hotline, but it's been a while. But because of the symptoms, you know, and part of it's because my mom has a lot of that stuff, and it kind of rubbed off on me. I think, like personality wise. No offense, mom. I think some of it made me a better person, and I love you. But like, I have all this free time that I just need to instead of doing stuff, I need to do nothing. And it's not that I'm not doing anything. I'm doing nothing. I'm taking that time for me to relax and chill and decompress and de-stress and have some free time and they say that is actually really good for you. That you don't need to be busy all the time. It's not need to have some recreational time, some me time, some family time, some friend time. Because I mean, otherwise you're just gonna crash eventually. You just fucking crash for like a couple days. You're just gonna be out of it. You can't do anything but like go to work and sleep or something. So it's good to take at least half of a day for yourself, or at least a couple hours every day. Like every once in a while, you gotta just do maintenance on yourself. You need to do stuff for you. You need to put yourself first, not only daily, but all the time. You need to put yourself first in certain situations. Like if somebody's trying to, like just one of your friends, and well, okay, I can't think of examples, but there's a fine line between like being a good person and being generous and helping somebody and saying, yeah, I'll take your shift. Yeah, I'll take your shift. I don't know. And, or, well, okay, this sounds really bad. I'm trying to level out all that good shit I said before. Anyway, I'm trying to encourage you to say that don't let people walk all over you. You need to have healthy boundaries and be generous at the same time. And there's kind of a fine line, and it's kind of hard to discern when is the best time to put your foot down and when's the best time to be the stepping stone for someone else who needs you. But it's just both of those things are very important. And it's you know there are some people that are so selfless, and I admire those people a lot. But I also feel for them because they don't hardly ever take care of themselves as much as anyone else, and that's admirable. But it's also hard on you, and you don't have to do that. You don't have to be this perfect person that does everything for everybody all the time perfectly, and doesn't think about themselves at all. I mean, that's unhealthy. And people around you, if they're as nice as you are, they should worry about you too. They should say, hey, you're worrying about me right now, but what about you? And I think for a long time I didn't realize that there are people in this world that are just as nice and just as generous as I would like to be, and they also understand that they need to respect, they're nice and generous, and they need to respect the boundaries of someone else who is nice and generous. And you can have this healthy, co-mutual, like, symbiotic relationship bullshit. You can be nice to each other and respect each other's limits, and that's honestly, that's the goal. you know I believe that I have at least a few friends that are like that, and I really treasure them. I'd like to hang out with them more often, but I really can't, especially right now that we're all busy all the time. But yeah, that's um, nothing else really happened today. I mean, I kind of took a nap and slept too long and all this other crap, but we just mm, went to work and came home and took a nap and watched Dragon Ball Super and had dinner, and that's about it. So anyway, my advice to you, Mister or Mrs. or Mix, is that the MX? Is that, I don't know how to pronounce it, but if you are non-binary, I'm also speaking to you. Anyone who's watching or listening. It's easier to just say that, but it seems a little less inclusive for some reason. But well, actually, that's something I should talk about later. But I always have kind of thought, just to summarize, that while it is very important to acknowledge everyone and to say that they do matter, in media, sometimes it's better to ignore the fact that someone is, whatever skin color they are or whatever gender they are, and just to convey that that isn't important. It's not something that defines a person. It doesn't change their character. The content of their character is not affected by their physical attributes or appearance or their sexuality or their gender or anything, or their beliefs. And when you represent, when you represent an idea, or you talk about a person, or you say this person is great, they've done these great things, or they've said these great things, or they've done these bad things, or anything like that. Any positive or negative opinion that you may have about a character in a show or a person, or you know it should be about what they've done and what they've said and how they've made people feel, and not anything else. It doesn't matter if they're a guy or a girl or a black person or a white person or Mexican or anything. That's not what's important. And maybe in some circumstances it would have an effect on the situation, but it's not actually important. Like for example, like if you've ever seen Quantum Leap, great fucking show. There was this episode where the main character, who is white, was trying to warn a group of black people about a KKK riot. And they were like, why should we listen to you? You're probably, because they had seen him with the KKK and they had seen him being racist, but he had to do that to cover, you know what I mean? Because he's undercover. And they were like, you're probably just warning us so they can know where we are and so we can get hurt. And he's like, well, it wouldn't matter if I did that or not, because they've got you outnumbered 5-1 and they've got guns and you don't. So what I'm telling you is that you should stay here and be safe, because they could kill you anytime, but they're going to do it over there. So if you're not over there, you might be all right. And then they got so angry at him that they, like, the guy that he had seen and talked to before and said, I can't believe you. I thought you were my friend and all this stuff. And he was like, they almost had a fight right there. And everybody tried to stop him and tried to, tackle the main character. And then the guy that he fought for a couple of seconds said, no, it's okay. He's serious. And it's like, it's not, even what the main character was trying to say was that it's not important that he's white, or it's not important that they're black necessarily. It's that he's trying to help them. They're going to get killed if he doesn't help them. And that's the only thing that matters. And of course, you shouldn't, they should not have been attacked, at all. And racism is horrible, but I'm just trying to say that, it's, the end goal for eliminating racism, in my opinion, this is very opinionated, sorry. In my opinion, the end goal for eliminating racism is for us to ignore all of the qualities that we would say separate us from each other. Because when you get right down to it, even Martin Luther King Jr., I love his quote. Do not judge someone by the color of their skin, but judge them by the content of their character. And I like to emphasize the last part of it. Of course, do not judge someone by the color of their skin. That's an awful thing to do. Unless they're white. I'm kidding. But the content of someone's character is not affected by skin color or, gender or sexuality or anything else at all. Anything physical about a person does not affect who they are as a person. The content of your character should be the only thing that matters. And maybe I shouldn't be talking about that with all my crazy opinions, but I hope that you have a great day. I hope you continue to have confidence in yourself, and I hope you know that whoever you are and whatever you are, because I love you anyway, as a friend, I don't want to be weird about it. I think you're great, and I think you need to know that you're great. And thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking on the video. If you want to like and comment, that helps me a lot. You don't have to ring the bell, but don't swear in the comments. Somebody almost put the word vagina, but the worse word, but not the C word, the P word in the comments. And I saw that. They deleted the comment, but I saw it on the notifications. You can't fool me. I saw it. I tried to click on it, but it wasn't there no more. And it wasn't in my held for review either. I fucking saw it. So just behave yourself. And also, you really don't have to ring the bell. But I believe that ringing the bell is the only way that you would get notifications when I upload stuff. So if that's what you want, because you're a weirdo, go ahead. I'm not going to get mad that you ring the bell like a freak, but, whatever. Anyway, again, thank you for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you guys later.